This is a Rally Supra I built in my garage. And like so many of you have asked me to do, I'm about to take it on a proper rally stage and have a pro rally driver absolutely send it to test if we actually made a proper working rally car or if I just ruined a Supra. But before we do any of that, we have two major problems we need to solve. Ever since we drove this car through a puddle in Florida, it's throwing the car into this crazy limp mode. There's a lot of codes and nothing is working right. And the second problem is the suspension is way too stiff.
So the suspension is...
And if we rally it right now, it's just gonna break everything. So we gotta fix that.
Now, like we said, this car is in a crazy limp mode and showing a ton of errors, which could mean a multitude of problems. But we did some research and I think we know what the issue is.
Since new cars rely super heavily on technology, one bad sensor can trip the entire car up. So I'm gonna replace the entire steering rack and see if that fixes the problem or if I just bricked the entire car. I also need to fix it because when we installed it, we broke something bad. Right there is a hairline crack on the mount for the steering rack, which means there's a chance that when I'm driving it, the steering rack will just eject itself and I'll slam into a tree. Bad. Let's fix it. So I picked this new rack up on eBay for about 600 bucks, which is kind of expensive. But one of the biggest benefits of having the new rack in front of me right now is that I can see exactly how many bolts it has and where they mount. When something's in a car, as you can see, it's a little more difficult to tell. But this is like a little road map of how to get it out.
Removing the entire steering system from your car may seem daunting, but in all actuality, it isn't too complicated. The first step is disconnecting it from the steering column, which goes to the steering wheel. With that done, we can unbolt it from the hub, which is basically where it connects to the wheels, and then all that's left is unplugging it and unbolting it from the car itself, and it should just drop right out.
All right, this is the original steering rack, and this is the new one I bought off of eBay. So now I'm just gonna swap some of the parts over, swap these upgraded steering rods out, the ones from SPL that are adjustable that actually work with our lift kit, and then we should be able to pop the new one in and then plug everything in and cross our fingers and hope the car decides to work. It's a big if. I really have no idea because the only real way of knowing is by doing. A little scary, but it is what it is.
After using a comically large wrench to attach our old steering arms to the new steering system, we can reinstall everything in the car. Doing this is a game of making sure everything's aligned properly, both with the holes in the car and with the teeth on the steering column.
When you're building something that's never been done before, there's always going to be a bit of trial and error to make everything work in harmony. And if you're curious about any of the parts we've used on this build or want to do it yourself, make sure you check out our Mod Pro Garage, link down below.
It's a slow process, but after some trial and error, it's finally in. So now we can lower the car and see if it actually works.
The new rack is in, so hopefully when we turn the car on after we clear the codes with our special computer, they don't come back. I'm already seeing one problem though, and that's the steering wheel is now very off. That's okay. As long as the wheels are straight, we can just pop the steering wheel off and put it back straight. This is obviously a rack out of another car. Probably wasn't exactly the same as the other one, but we did put the same tie rods on. So the tie rods are the same length. The steering just might be a little out of whack. Let's see if we have the same problem though.
Oh, that's no power steering.
Nice. Okay, we've made it worse.
Well, we didn't make it worse. We might have fixed it. We don't know.
Yeah. So the chassis light, which was our biggest problem, has gone away, but now there's no power steering at all, and it's throwing up power steering codes, which makes a whole lot of sense. So our thinking is that we've solved the problem, but we need to code the new steering rack in. When we threw the new rack in from a different car, the computers aren't able to communicate. They're confused why this new rack from a different car is suddenly in this one. So we need to resolve that. We're not smart enough. We're gonna look to find someone who can do that coding for us remotely. And then hopefully we've resolved the steering rack throwing all the code problems. And then if we did, that means I didn't brick the car. I only shattered my iPhone in the mix of getting that steering rack out. Yeah, so that's not ideal, but that was getting the new rack in and I dropped my phone and it shattered. But hopefully we fixed the car. We won't know until some man on the internet codes it. So, cool.
Now, fortunately for us, our friend Evan is very good at coding. And honestly, if you need anything done coding-wise on your Supra or BMW, he's the go-to and will be linked down below. Unfortunately, though, that's where our luck seems to have ended. With the new rack coded in, we're still getting the same codes. And after doing a lot more research, it turns out we have really bad luck. The steering rack we bought used has the exact same issue as the one we just removed. So essentially, we just wasted a bunch of time and money to be in the exact same position we were before. The only solution now is to just bite the bullet and spend $2,000 on a new steering rack from Toyota, uninstall the second broken one, and hope the new one actually works.
I'm hoping that the third rack is the one. Third time's the charm is what they say. Didn't know that would be what it would be for steering racks, but now we have to do that thing again with the big crowbar. So, hopefully it works again.
Thankfully, I have done this a few times now, so getting the new rack in is actually fairly easy. And with all of it coded into the car, it seems like we've finally fixed the issue. So we can move on to problem 2.
We fixed problem 1, which was the steering rack and all the issues it was causing, and now we need to fix problem 2, which is arguably more important. Now, the suspension we have right now is custom suspension from Flat Out. This. Super cool and very rally car. The problem is, Will and I don't know how to install rally suspension, and we did it a little wrong. The car rides way too stiff right now. If we were to go and rally it at this very moment, our backs would break and the car would break, which is two things I don't want to happen. So we need to make this suspension work. And the issue we're having right now is when the car is fully on the ground, the shock itself is fully compressed, which means if we hit a bump, there's nothing to absorb it, and it's really, really stiff. So we need to get the shock in a better position, which means making it a little bit shorter so that when the car's on the ground, the shock actually works properly. I'm explaining it badly. Let me take the shock off and show you what we're gonna do.
So, our problem right now that we have is that we are simply not getting enough travel out of the strut at Ride. Oh, we're cuddling now.
Hey guys.
So, we took apart everything, took all the crap off so that way we can raise this little thing, because this is actually where the bottom of the strut mounts to the car. So by raising this, the whole strut's going to be lower in the car, and then what we can do is we can raise the spring up, and that will give us compression out of the strut.
Yay.
So we are going to hopefully be able to fix all the problems we have with the car being super stiff just by raising this up and raising this up, because then we'll get more travel out of the strut and we'll be able to jump it, in theory. So we're going to do that. It's kind of annoying.
Why are we laying like this?
I don't know. It's just how I laid, bro.
We should do a moving the strut montage.
Yeah.
We can get a low angle and be going.
Alright, this is the Captain Crankshaft Dave, sponsored by Dave, suspension montage. You ready, Jackson?
Oh, I'm ready for the montage.
Oh, God.
This part would be boring otherwise, and you would click off, so let's make it more exciting.
Look, we used to ride round all reckless, stolen pets, that's Jillian Vespers. And the feds got my broski restless, said he got a charge on the car, no Tesla. And everybody round me rowdy, I walk in, tell a jeweler, wow me. If you're talking about peas, just allow me. 19, I put 19 on an Audi. I'll never forget that.
With the front suspension properly adjusted and reinstalled into the car, we can move on to the rear. We believe our problem in the rear was that we went for springs that were just too stiff. So Flat Out sent us some softer springs, which we're swapping in. And with that taken care of, now we're finally ready to go rallying.
So we came to Team O'Neill Rally School in New Hampshire to slide some cars, specifically that one. I think it's gonna be a good day.
If you haven't heard of Team O'Neill, well, it's basically rally car heaven. And today, we're here to do a few very important things. First, we're gonna try to rally it ourselves and see if 1, it works at all as a rally car, 2, if we're any good at rally driving, and 3, who's the faster driver. Then, we're gonna give the Supra to a professional rally driver and let him have full reign over it on the entire Team O'Neill rally course, which is definitely a little bit scary. So let's get started.
Jackson is going to try to do some rallying. We are here at Team O'Neill, and we got Mr. Rally Driver.
Professional. The most professional, unprofessional around. And we're first gonna see if we can do just some donuts to start out. Something simple, something light. Anyone could do it. Buddy now, baby.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude. It's so good.
It really seems pretty easy.
I'm shocked. It has all the power you'd ever need.
Now may I ask if you can find it in your spirit? Leave us all alone and go and mind your fucking
Now, neither Will or I really know what we're doing, but one thing is for sure. The car is working, and it feels like we're quickly getting the hang of it. We're getting properly sideways, going faster and faster, and having so much fun. I mean, just look at this. As much as we could both literally do this all day, we're here for a reason, and it's safe to say we're warmed up. So now, we have to do something I'm sure you guys are excited for: racing.
Now that we've tested our skill on the skid pad and the slalom course, we're setting up for a little timed race. Me versus Will to see who is a faster rally driver before we get this thing actually on a course. We need to sharpen our skills a bit more. We're gonna bring in an actual rally driver to set a proper time.
He's gonna show us if we're even any good at all or not, but at least we'll know who's better out of the two of us. And that's a tough competition right there.
No, it won't be me. So we've generated a little course here. We've got our starting and finishing line because it's one big loop. You start, go around the skid pad halfway, climb, slalom through the cones, climb up the hill, spin around, and back down you go through the cones again, over the finish line. It's pretty simple and straightforward. We just gotta do it now.
We're lining up. Jackson's going first, then me, then Mr. Professional Wyatt.
See, I'm letting them get through the mud down to some good grip. They're improving the course for me.
Is that how that works?
Pro trick.
Is that how that works here? I feel like that's the opposite of what's been happening. All right, you ready, Jackson?
3, 2, 1, go, go, go!
Pretty quick.
But it's like if there's a corner, you don't want to be turning after it and turning after it. But
with those, you really want to be turning into the...
Yeah, before you get there. Yeah. On the wrong side of the cones. Should we find him for that?
Yeah, how do you feel after your run?
The hill is so muddy, so I was just all over the place. I couldn't get any grip uphill. I don't recommend anything. Good luck to you.
Yeah, you were on the wrong side of the cones. We might find you for that later, but it's okay.
Wrong side of the
5
cones
second
on the way
penalty.
downhill.
Yeah.
But we won't penalize
Yeah,
you
it
for
could have
now.
been 10 seconds. Well, yeah, we'll see how you
We'll
do.
see.
Yeah.
If you win, then we'll penalize you.
It's only right. I also grabbed fourth by accident at the top corner, and that slowed me down greatly. It's now Will's turn. I'm not super confident in my time. It was a bit rough, but it felt okay overall in terms of not hitting anything. It just didn't feel very fast. So now we're gonna have to see if Will embarrasses me. Please don't go faster.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Tighty, he's staying kind of near the cones because you see how much soupy crap is on the outside.
Please slide around on the hill.
I wouldn't say it's quicker, but it's quick, you know.
Yeah.
It's good.
See, I made my life more difficult by going on the other side of that cone.
Yeah.
We should probably get out of the way. What is that? You can tell me.
Now, unfortunately, he did tell me. And because I went the wrong way on my first lap, this meant Will was so much faster than me that we decided it wasn't fair. So I had to make a new rule.
My first lap was terrible because I went on the wrong side of the cones and it was way slower, I think. It felt slower. I now know the correct way to do it. So I'm just going to redo. That's fair. Mulligan, right?
Mulligan, absolutely. I call that fair.
And I said that if he gets another try, so do I.
Will and I very eagerly went out for redemption. And with me going the right way and Will literally going as fast as possible, we're feeling pretty confident in the times we set. But now it's time for Wyatt to go out and show us how it's properly done.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go!
Although he spun a lot at the start.
With everybody having set a lap now, with only a few minor issues, we can now reveal our times. So let's see how we did.
All right, so we've done our races and I have the results here. On my first lap where I went the wrong way around, I did a 107.6, which I thought was pretty solid at the time. But Will did a 58.7 on that first lap. So I had to do another one and I did a 101.6, still worse.
Yes. Not bad. Not bad. For a day like, I mean, it's snowing, it's mud, it's rear-wheel drive. Not bad.
But Wyatt over here did a 55.8 on the first lap. So then Will decided to go again, and he did a 55.8. So you guys,
yes!
You guys are tied.
He's fired. So guess what happens now? I'm going again.
Wyatt immediately went out and went a whole second faster than his last lap, proving that in fact he is a professional. But still, that Will's time was actually pretty impressive. But now it's time to go over to the main course, where Will and I are going to do a few laps for fun, and then let Wyatt set an actual lap so we can compare it against other cars Team O'Neill has tested here to see if we built a fast rally car. So first, let's get in the car and do a lap.
Hey, welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, good to be here. Let's do this.
You tell me what I should do. We've got a professional rally driver over here. Yeah.
Let's take a right here, and what we'll do is a recce pass. So recce is reconnaissance. In a rally, you usually get like one chance to go out and look at the course before you drive it. Stays to the right, yeah. So yeah, your chance to get familiar with the road, feeling out the grip, kind of see what's going on. Open. Long, medium, right, uphill. Snowy.
My pace notes.
Yeah, but rough pace notes. You know, we're not getting way into it, but gives you an idea. At the top, turn hard left. Nice. Easy right. This was slippy.
It's a third spot.
Easy left. And then turn medium right, uphill. This tightens late. Here's your tightens late. Easy right into medium left. Stay in over crest. Medium right. And then there's a little fast stretch. None of this matters. At the end, you've got blind crest, immediate hairpin right.
Oh, yeah. Right over this, right?
Yeah. As soon as you go over, hairpin right. And it's difficult with this car with the hood and the light pod. Really neatly done though, nice. Bottom of the hill, hairpin left. You can see it. Do the steering. Very good. Easy left, downhill quick. But these ruts pull you around, it's unstable. And then down here, long open hairpin right. Yeah, long downhill right. The only key here is look for the exit. Nice. Medium left over big crest. So now you've seen it once, now you're on the loop. Medium right, opens and tightens. Into quick little left right. I don't know what you even want to call this. It's not a hard left. It's an S turn. Brake pads need to be replaced.
Contact Toyota.
Contact Toyota, yeah. That's exactly what you're gonna do. Yeah.
This isn't what they intended the Supra to do.
Nope.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's sketchy, but it feels pretty good.
Sketchy, but totally doable, right? Yeah. I mean, it's also a little unique because it is a road that was designed by rally drivers, so it's like
it's really flows.
You get stuff that tightens and little blind crests, and it's all a little like intentionally tricky stuff, but in a fun way.
Yeah, you know, it like it's very smooth in terms of how it like functions into the next corner.
Nice.
Now, letting me and Will have full reign over a rally course might not have been the best idea, but as we get more and more comfortable with the Supra, it's becoming clearer how solid this car actually is off-road. To think that just a few weeks ago this was a bone stock Supra is truly insane after seeing what it's capable of. And it's one of those moments that just makes all of the hard work feel worth it. Projects like this can be difficult, and the most important part of these projects for us is finding a partner that can help us make it happen. When we met Aaron and Jasper from ModPro last year, that we immediately knew they were going to be a perfect fit for us, and working with ModPro has been amazing. It's rare to find a company whose goals completely align with ours, but with ModPro we could tell immediately. ModPro's garage feature has been amazing for helping us share our cars and connect with you guys, which is super important to us. We've also had great success helping them test their AI modification assistant when we were going for power on the Supra. It helped us both choose mods and predict how much power we were going to make with some pretty ridiculous accuracy. ModPro was designed by car people for car people, so if you haven't checked it out yet, you're truly missing out. Now, if you remember, ModPro is giving away a chance to come test the Rally Supra off-road with us. That giveaway is over. But if you're interested, you can still win some super cool prizes. ModPro's What's in Your Garage video competition will be live on April 30th, and we'll be a part of it. So head down to the link below, sign up for ModPro, and check them out on Instagram if you haven't yet. Thank you so much to ModPro. This build would not have been possible without them. But enough of watching me and Will drive the Supra. It's time to let Wyatt set a lap. So let's do it.
All right, going hot in 30 seconds. You'll hear me. 1, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go. I mean, if that doesn't make you happy, you don't have a pulse. Coming into this, throttle down. Aggressive. I don't like the flat bottom steering wheel. It's a little bit weird. Coming down into this right. Little pendulum effect through there. Second and go. Get third. We got fourth. That's okay. I accidentally touched the finger paddle. Let's go third. That's what I want. Snow here. Let's be smart. Oh yeah. You feel it all go quiet. It all goes kind of quiet and floaty and scary on the snow. It's gonna happen here too. See if I can spin them and kind of dig into it, maybe get some dirt. It's sort of working. Yeah, you spin them in the snow and you dig into the mud, but the front still feels like it. Oh yeah, we're floating there. That's just wet slush. Go fourth. What could go wrong? Left foot brake back third. Get inside line. Oh yeah, very slippery. Drifted through there. I mean, this is it. If you like driving, what more could you want? Treacherous conditions, 400 horsepower rear-wheel drive. I can't really see. This light pod's in the way. It's terrible. The front suspension being tall and the rear suspension being low is not good for visibility at all. We're gonna go carefully there. Again, the visibility doesn't exist. Down into this guy. Downshift, see if I can get a little pendulum, throttle it. Yeah, full ABS, but the tires are biting in the mud. Oh yeah, it's a real rodeo when you finally get on the throttle in this thing. And over the line, scary, scary, scary. What a car, what an absolute unit. It's so good. Yeah, so the light pod and the hood being up, you can't see any.
You can't see yeah.
That adds to the excitement a little bit, because it's like, I know what the road generally does, but you can't like see if it's snowy or not or whatever. Yeah. So that makes it extra exciting. But
you need someone doing pace notes in there or whatever.
Yeah, I just need a better co-driver. It handles fantastically well. It gets grip everywhere. I mean, it's like I said before, the conditions aren't there to set a really fast lap today. But
it's like Top Gear. You got to write the little W next to the lap.
I don't think it's a bad time. I got to look at the leaderboard and see, but it wasn't slow. Subtract ABS, add handbrake. Yeah, you would gain seconds a mile.
If you want to see how the Supra compared to other rally cars Team O'Neill has tested, go check out their video linked below. And if you want to see what we do next, subscribe.